Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Diablo 3. And here I am in Nightmare Act 1. I just beat the entire thing, and now that, we can skip all of the extra dialogue and everything else that takes a lot of time. Oh, shut up. We can actually run through the level, or the whole act rather quickly. There's an achievement for defeating the entire act in under an hour, which I continually get for people if I play public games because of how fast I can go through here with even moderate levels of gear. And in this case, I just beat it. It took me about I think it was under 50 minutes. I was just kind of glancing at the clock as I went, so I didn't time it or anything like that. But one of the things I wanted to do while I was here is wanted to show you where to get the items for Whimsyshire. That's the first thing I want to do in the bonus content here. And in order to do that, we want to go to the Cathedral Garden. As I was going through, I noticed that I actually happened to spawn this thing, so I figure I might as well do it in this game. I didn't spawn the other item that you can pick up here, and so unfortunately I won't be able to show that one off. But anyway, we want to go back to I want to go the right way first. We want to go back to Cathedral Level 1 and put my bus up so no one can hurt me. And in this area, there is a chance for a certain item to spawn that we need in order to do Whimsyshire. And that's these black mushrooms right here. You approach them.
Those are some big mushrooms.
And that is the sound effect, and this little pillar of light is what you'll normally see when you get a legendary item. It's also the same color. Normally there'll be an icon on the map, however, since it's only the black mushroom, it doesn't have one. And I got more junk. And the other one I didn't spawn, so I'll just cut to a game where it does happen to spawn, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and here we are in Leoric's Manor. We just take the waypoint here to Leoric's Manor, and you come back. And on the right side, that's not what I wanted to do. On the right side here of the door leading outside is right over there. The right side over here, we find burnt logs, which drops Leoric's shin bone, which is another piece that we need. The remaining pieces are in Act 2. I probably won't get around to recording that today, but I'll Frankenstein a piece together of me collecting them and showing you what they do. And yeah, so cut to the next part. Okay guys, we're back, and it's, well, the next day for me. It's, 3 seconds later for you guys. But I completed all of Act 2. The only thing left, as you can see, is to talk to the caravan to leave Chaldeum and head for Bastion Skiba. I managed to find the dungeon will at least spawn for me. Who knows if it'll have the item I'm looking for. We just take the waypoint to the ancient, the path to the oasis, sorry. And you come down here, and like I showed you when we went through this earlier, you head down here, and if this merchant spawns...
I meant to explore that cave over there for trinkets, but after that, it's all yours.
Basically, what happened is there was a bunch of enemies around here. I killed them. Then he gets a little thing on there. And on top of that, he'll have an item.
In some of my previous
Maybe.
acquisitions.
Most of his stuff is junk. He has some potions, some dyes, which I haven't really gone over. Basically, what it does is it dyes your equipment a certain color, or in the case of this one, it banishes the item and makes it so you don't see it. And I like using that on certain characters so that things don't look so bulky. But anyway, in this cave, we have an option. There is a chest that may or may not spawn here that will contain the item we're looking for to help us with Whimsyshire here. That's a dead villager. That does not help me. Now, I believe this chest is usually on the second floor, but I could be wrong. Let's just slaughter some of these guys. Pick up those. The way I've done my items at this point, mysterious chest. Wow, I got it on my first try. Unbelievable. And here we get the liquid rainbow. And now I can just go back to town. I don't need to explore the rest of it. You can if you want, and I recommend doing so because you'll get the achievement for, going to each individual dungeon and each layer of each dungeon in the game. So we've gotten 3 of those pieces now. Since I've gotten all the way here, I've leveled up quite a bit, and I can equip a new weapon. And as you can see, it is substantially better than what I had before. The way it works is at level 60, as you can see the item level in the bottom left there is level 63. Once you get to Inferno difficulty, you can start finding items that are level 60 requirement. I think even in late Hell you can find them as well. However, one of the abilities that these weapons can have is they can have reduced level requirement. And as you see at the bottom there, this has the highest level of reduced level requirement of any item in the game, 18 levels. And it's also substantially more powerful than what I was using before. So I definitely recommend as soon as you hit level 42, start looking on the auction house. You probably won't find something that you can use at level 42 because they'll be a little more expensive, especially during your first playthrough. However, if you can find something that you can use at, say, level 45, level 46, it will greatly increase your ability to kill faster as you're progressing through Nightmare difficulty and Hell difficulty. And by the time you get somewhere by the time you get to the later part of of Hell, probably Act 3, you should be pretty close to hitting level 60. Then you'll want to start buying gear for a level 60 character, which will require, buying some more expensive things. Do I have something that is more useful for a barbarian or a monk? But, you'll find some higher level stuff. And technically this has less damage, but it has a socket which allows me to put my gems in there, which gives me a lot more damage because a lot of your builds later on in the game are going to feature a lot higher critical hit chance than I have here. I've only got 6.5, which is not a lot. There's some builds that have a really, really high amount, like 50-60% critical hit chance, and they work particularly well for a skill that I don't have yet, which is critical mass, which, as you can see here, reduces cooldown of spells. Now, this requires a different build than I'm using here, but it is there, and that's one of the benefits of it. The other item that we need for Whimsy Shire that we can get here, I already pointed out, shut up, is Wirt's Bell. So I'm just going to buy that, costs 100,000 gold. That's pittance to what I have here. Anyway, that's all for this part, and now jump cut to whenever I happen to finish Act 3 and find the items I need in Act 3. And we're back here at the Caverns of Frost level 2 in Act 3. Now, I can't remember if I said it or not at end of the last part there, the part that was, 10 seconds ago for you and an hour ago for me. Act 2, I finished up. It took me about 55 minutes. Here, Act 3, I just finished that up. That took me about 40 minutes, quite a bit quicker. And in order to find the next piece, we need to go here. And I have none of this map revealed yet. But these are the Caverns of Frost. They are a random spawn dungeon in... what is it? I'll show you after. Basically, there is a very, very rare enemy that can spawn here that can drop the piece that we're looking for. Now, I'm going to see if I can find it. Probably won't get it on my first shot, but anyway, this is the area we're supposed to go to.
You see that enemy over there?
That is not it.
Let us cleanse it from this land.
That guy is not particularly important. Here we get a chest. Yay, resplendent chest, containing lots of stuff that I don't need. Now, I will go over those, what I just picked up there, the, what was that, the tome or page of blacksmithing or tool crafting or whatever it was. I'll talk about those once I get through the rest of the game. I want to talk about them all at once, and right now I really wanted to get through the, this part and just show off how to get all these items so that, you know where they are should you decide to go after it.
Did you?
Go away. Stop pestering me. Yeah, it didn't spawn. It will only spawn in the second level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit here, show you exactly where this dungeon is, and then I'll cut to me actually finding and killing the enemy. So here we are. It's the waypoint to the Fields of Slaughter. It's not actually to the Fields of Slaughter. Let's go and show you which waypoint it actually is. I believe it's the Bridge of Corsic, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So you take the one to the Bridge of Corsic, and then you go, and this dungeon will randomly spawn in this area. The Frigid, or the Fields of Slaughter. Go away. And if you find the Ice Caverns, it won't spawn. So restart and, exit game and try again. You're looking for the Caverns of Frost, and I will cut now to me hopefully finding it, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okay, there we go. Wow, I killed you rather quickly, and it only took me one more attempt to find that. That is incredibly lucky. I'm really glad that it is as lucky as it is, because I happen to... Like, this is supposed to be a really rare occurrence that this enemy is supposed to spawn, so I was really lucky. I managed to find it relatively shortly. It didn't take me much effort at all. Anyway, so there's that one. Now, what is left? I think there's only one piece that's left, and in order to do that we must continue on to Act 4. Let me just take a look here. That's not what I'm looking for. That'll show off later. I forgot I bought that. Okay, so I have all the pieces. Okay. There's one more piece left in order to do it, and that's available in Act 4. So yeah, I guess I'm cutting to Act 4. And another half an hour in between sections of this video. Yay! Alright, you guys, I'm back. And I'm not... This only took me about 10 minutes, maybe 15? No, close to 10. Shut up, Diablo. And that means that, yes, the final item we're looking for is dropped by Izuel. So I'm going to set up my my guy there to try and take him down. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Shut up. Anyway, so yeah, the final item comes from Izuel, and I'll just finish up the rest of the act, which won't take very long, and then I'll cut to me actually winning the item from Izuel there. There we go. Shut up, Diablo. And again, that only took 2 attempts, which is rather nice, actually. Now, I've already cleared all the way to the end, but in order to do a certain part of this quest, I need to be on the quest called the Prime Evil, which means I need to go through the last part of the spire here. Shouldn't take too long. I'll just do it off screen, and again, I'll be right back. Okay, all done there. Got our quest now is set to the Prime Evil, which will help us do something in a moment. Basically, we have all the items we need now for making the, well, what is known as the Staff of Herding, which is the item required in order to get into Whimsyshire. And we need the Black Mushroom, and the Shin Bone, and the Gemstone that I picked up a little while ago, the Word Spell, Liquid Rainbow, and in order to actually use these things, we need a plan. And now plans come in books, and you'll see them start dropping once you hit Inferno difficulty. And basically what they do is you approach your guy here, your blacksmith, and you right click on it. In this case, I've already learned this one quite a while ago, in fact. And what you'll do is you take one of each of these items, and we'll scroll down. I have a lot of stuff in here, but we'll scroll down. No, I'm wrong thing there. There we go. And you go down. The phone. Be right back. Does that count as a cliffhanger? I just want to know, because if that's a cliffhanger, then I should have just stopped the video right there. It's like, oh, I got a phone call. I'll see you guys later. Bye. No. Not going to end up doing that. Just the mic a little bit. Okay, I was on the Staff of Herding, and basically this is the plan we got. So we taught him the plan, so now we can learn, we can make one of these. In order to make one, we have required materials and an amount value, just like I showed you at the very beginning of this with making other such items such as these, where we require the subtle essences that we got throughout Act 1 there. And of course later on we can build things that are, say, level 60 requirement, like this one, and it requires items that we haven't gotten yet. And these two here are salvage materials from Inferno based items. Now when you salvage an item, sometimes you'll get and it's based on level more than anything else. Sometimes you'll get normal level, other times you'll get nightmare level, hell level, infernal level. I don't have any of those ones on hand. I got some infernal ones in my stash, but those are what they look like. Let's see, do I have something that requires a hell one? Very few things to build require hell level items, so I don't have a lot of them. Like, I never really keep them because they're just not worth it. Let's see here. There's a hell one. Yeah, for the most part, I wouldn't even bother to keep them. I wouldn't even keep the nightmare ones because they don't sell very well either. There is one thing you can do with them, and I'll show you that momentarily here. In the meantime, so we have the Staff of Hurting, or we have all the requirements, each of the ones that we've picked up, and all you have to do is craft it. Now, if you craft it here, I'll just do it again because why not? I already went through the whole thing, and I am recording, and this recording will not get scrapped because I can't go back now. So here we have the Staff of Hurting. And what this does is it unlocks the Whimsyshire level in normal difficulty. Now, in order to upgrade it, I'll go show you this first. You can upgrade it to be used on different difficulty levels. And this one here is the Infernal Staff of Hurting, which can be used to summon them, I believe, in all of the prior difficulties as well as Inferno. Now, in order to upgrade them, you need to go to, say, I want to upgrade mine from normal to nightmare. I need to be in nightmare, in Act 4, on the Primeval quest, which is why I wanted to get here, and go to this merchant here, and he will have this another plan, which you can again teach. And I didn't need to buy that. I can't sell it because, yeah, whatever. Drop them both, I don't need them. But, you know, we can take the staff then, and let's see here, we can do the nightmare one, and it costs some money to do that. I'm just throwing money at this game and nothing else happens. And in order to get the hell one, we need to be in hell, and we do that, and we can spend some more money and do that. And then, of course, in Inferno, we do it again. I don't need it because I can't even drop this thing. Great. Can I sell this?
That's impossible.
Can I salvage it? I can't. Am I stuck with this thing now? Jesus Christ. Again, Diablo, Blizzard, fix this. Why would I want to have two of them? Obviously, I want to show off this to anyone who wants to watch the video, but I should be able to drop this on the floor. It's count bound. No one can pick it up, as you notice in the bottom in great text there. No one can pick it up, but I can't drop it? Why can't I drop it? Can I drop it out of town? I can't even drop it out of town. I'm going to leave it on this character when I delete it anyway. Whatever. Anyway, now, in addition to that, so I was going to show you what to do with these guys over here. We go to this guy here, and what we can do is we have these tomes. Now, what they do is we have the page of jewel crafting. You find these all throughout Nightmare, and only throughout Nightmare. No other difficulty will have them. And what they do is they are required at certain points to level up both the jeweler with the jewel crafting one and the blacksmith with the blacksmithing one, obviously. And you'll also still need money in order to do that. And later on, you'll need tomes of jewel crafting or tomes of blacksmithing as well. In order to get them, either they will drop throughout all of hell difficulty, or you combine 10 of your previous ones and you get yourself one of them. And that's what they look like. Now, there's not a lot of point to me having any of these because I don't need them. However, they do sell relatively well. And of course you can do the same over with the blacksmith. And the other thing you can do with these guys is if you, I think it's under armor if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Okay, maybe it's not. There we go. There's that. I don't know why that's clicked off, but where is it? I know it's here somewhere. There we go. Crafting material. Now, what we can do is very similar to the other one. we take our Nightmare ones and we can upgrade them to Hell, and then take the Hell ones and upgrade them to Infernal ones. The only ones that really sell all that well on the auction house, and I'll just do a craft so I can show you here, is the normal level ones, both of these, and the Infernal level ones, which are located in my stash. So, in addition to that, we also find demonic essences, which are account bound, which is kind of unfortunate because they're relatively hard to come by unless you play a lot and in a certain manner, and only in Inferno where you can is the only place you can find these. Kind of annoying, but there it is, and they're also required to do a lot of crafting. Fiery brimstones are Infernal level and only are obtained by salvaging gear that is level 60 requirement or higher, usually, and comes from Inferno. Now, do I have something? There we go. Yeah, so that's level 60 requirement. If I salvage that, I would get that item. Now, in this case, anything that has lower level requirement, if you salvage that, you will not get it. You'll get Hell items. If you salvage, like, say, a level 20 legendary item, you will get 3 of these. 3 Fallen 2s from normal difficulty. A level 41 will probably give you 3 Lizard Eyes, and a level 50 or so will give you 3 Encrusted Hooves. If it's level 60, you'll get 2 of the Iridescent Tears and 1 of the Fiery Brimstones. Now, these are only really useful for one thing, and again, this takes books that I have not gotten on screen, but there are a few things you can craft with the jeweler here, and those are amulets. And in order to do amulets, we need to craft a certain gem, have a fiery brimstone, have a demonic essence, and we can get random, well, not random, normal, has a base skill, and then a bunch of random properties on top of that. And it also costs quite a bit. Let's see. Let's see if I can do a strength one. In order to do that, I'll just kind of demonstrate it. Why not? I need to go here and combine this one so that I have one of the materials that I need. And then I spend 100k, see if I can get something good. And this one is... it would have been decent, but it's not good enough. Not for what I need. Oh well. Now, if you run out of those, of course, just go and salvage them. And there we go. Now, I put away, those are the ones I got through just going through normal, and remember, like I was showing you throughout the whole walkthrough, I didn't do too much. I didn't go into most of the side dungeons, didn't do any of that junk. I want to show you how much that stuff is actually worth. And Whimsyshire, I think this video is long enough. I don't know. It's been pieced together. I'll probably end up having to do that next time. But if we go to the auction house and we decide to sell them, we have 368. Now they're going to put more than, because I have more there, so 368. At 800 apiece, we have 300,000. And 84, we get almost another 80,000. So that's not too bad. Now if you look at the Nightmare ones for existence, the price per unit is always fluctuating. Sorry, I had a cough there. I think I'm getting sick, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, so the Nightmare ones usually don't sell as well because they're not used as often. Let's check out the Lizard Eye. In this case, they're actually selling quite high, which is definitely different. The Hell level ones, as you can see, sell for next to nothing because, as you saw when I was trying to find them, they're quite difficult to find. Again, we have the Tome of Jewel Crafting, which they sell for, wow, quite high right now. Price is always changing. And the jewel crafting ones sell better than the blacksmithing ones because they seem to be harder to come by. So there's that. And the blacksmithing ones, they sell for quite a bit less. But they're still definitely worth it if you're playing for the first time. As you find these items, put them on the auction house, sell them. You'll make yourself a decent amount of money. And it will be very beneficial in, getting yourself an income so that you can buy new items on the auction house. Now, if we go to pages and recipes, and we can buy, as you can see here, a lot of the plans that we need in order to make items. Here, that's a good example. Those are ones I recommend you do buy if you have that type of character. See, we have razor spikes, which are shoulders, and we have ones that, these ones are relatively cheap, you know, the ones of intelligence, strength, vitality, not necessary, and dexterity. The three that have basic stats that allow your certain characters to have higher damage, those ones are worth buying depending on which one you have. There are also bracers. I don't know where they are. I have no idea where they are. Anyway, there are bracers as well, and gloves, all that have the same, you know, 4 basic ones of intelligence, strength, dexterity, vitality. I suggest you buy them all and start crafting yourself some better gear once you hit level 60. It's a lot cheaper to craft yourself some decent stuff. Like these ones I can't sell in the auction house because they're crafted, and that's one thing to note. You won't be able to sell them on the auction house, but they will be better gear for you. Now, if I go and where's my profile there? And I take a look at, say, my wizard here. These are crafted, and these ones aren't uber great, but they're definitely reasonable, and if I would try to buy these on the auction house, they'd be a lot more expensive than it cost me to do this a few times. Now, again, this is all based on luck crafting, so you can get lucky and get some good ones. Sometimes you can't. I happen to get trifecta, and what trifecta is attack speed, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. These aren't super great, but they're the only ones I've managed to craft in all the time I've been trying to craft gloves. My barbarian has my best gear because I use him the most, and while his gloves are nice, they don't have attack speed on there, and I would definitely like to have that, especially for his whirlwind build. But, you know, it all comes down to luck. You can get a lot of luck. I think I only crafted about 5 gloves before I ended up with these. And I've probably crafted over 100 different gloves for my barbarian with no luck. So, anyway, that's all for this episode of explanation on Diablo 3. Next time we will do Whimsyshire and whatever else comes to my mind. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.